My name is Victoria Winters. Like a flash of lightning in a sudden summer storm, the truth is about to strike with its fiery force into the confines of Collinwood, shattering the uneasy calm that precedes it, and sending its thunders to shake the foundations of the ancient house. And only time will tell whether this frightful glare has come to illuminate or to destroy.
I'll ask the usual questions, and you'll give the usual answers. Then, Jason, you'll slip on the ring, and after a few minutes, it'll all be over.
Ah, no. It'll be the beginning of our happiness.
Happiness.
Now, if you will just join hands. Do you, Elizabeth Stoddard, take this man, Jason McGuire, to be your lawful husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, in sickness and in health, until death do you part?
Answer, I do, dear.
Answer?
Say simply, I do.
Liz?
I know.
Liz?
No, I can't.
Leave her alone.
Wait. Elizabeth, what is it?
I killed Paul Stoddard. And that man was my accomplice.
The part of Burke Devlin is being played by Anthony George.
Elizabeth, you don't know what you're talking about.
I did it, you know I did it.
Now, don't listen to her.
And you buried him.
No, Liz, you're being hysterical.
Let her talk, Jason. Let her talk.
Liz, what are you saying?
I had to tell the truth or I'd have gone mad.
It's the strain she's been put under, you see? See what it's done to her? Now, listen, let me take you up to your room.
Don't come near me.
You heard her, Jason.
Now, look here. Don't you interfere.
I'm not interfering. I want Liz to say what she's got to say.
I've said it. That's all there is to say.
But, Liz, how? I don't believe you.
It's true. It happened right here in this room.
Liz, please, stop it.
Elizabeth, please, just a minute.
Yes, that's right, you talk.
Before you say anything more, whether you wish to reconsider it later or not, I'm afraid that I'll have to leave. As a judge, I may be called to participate in this.
But there's nothing to it.
That may be true, and I certainly hope so. But Liz, as your friend, is there anything I can do?
Before Liz says another word, I want Garner called in here.
Oh, no. The woman doesn't need a lawyer. She needs a doctor. She's ill. Anyone can see
I don't need a lawyer and I don't need a doctor. I want to tell the truth. Especially to Carolyn.
Carolyn, you killed him? You killed my father?
Elizabeth, I must go before you say anything more. But if there's anything you want me to do, please call. Please?
Well, now we must all try to be very calm.
I almost killed him. What?
Carolyn, what are you talking about?
Jason. I was standing right there. I was going to shoot him.
You were going to shoot him?
I couldn't let you marry him. I had my finger on the trigger.
No.
Liz seems to have done you a favor. If you hadn't stopped the wedding, you probably would be dead now.
But I haven't done anything wrong.
Wrong. You said you were going to help me. And you buried him. And then came back to blackmail me.
Can't you see this is hysteria? Sheer hysteria.
Tell them, Mrs. Stoddard, it'll be better that way. You killed my father.
I couldn't help it.
Why?
He was going to leave. No. No, that wasn't the reason.
Liz, maybe you, Carolyn, and I should go up in the study if you want to talk.
No. I want Jason to know I'm telling the truth at last. Vicky already knows.
Vicky, that was a secret you had no right to keep. This man has been blackmailing my sister.
I swore her to secrecy. If she'd told, I would have denied it and sent her away. She had no choice.
I wanted to tell. You don't know how often.
Well, I'm sorry, but I have no interest in staying here any longer listening to these absurdities.
Jason! I'm afraid you're going to have to.
Anyone who knows Elizabeth would know that she's incapable of murder.
That isn't true.
I was ready to kill.
It happened in this very room. There was a storm. I remember the storm. The lightning crashing around the house seemed bent on destruction. Paul was standing by the fireplace. His bag was packed and beside him. He was drinking what seemed to be his final toast to Collinwood. I'd discovered that he was planning to leave that night and never come back. I also knew something else that made it necessary for me to stop him. When I told him, he only laughed. Hard, cruel, mocking. How well I knew that laugh. How often I'd heard it. Cruel, mocking. I tried not to hear it that night, but I couldn't shut it out, no matter how hard I tried.
I don't know what you're so angry about. You should be happy I'm going.
I'm not trying to stop you from going. I'm trying to stop what you're doing.
What exactly am I doing?
I know what's in the suitcase.
You do? What's in the suitcase?
Bonds, jewelry, worth a fortune.
You exaggerate.
I know what's kept in the safe in the study, so I know exactly what's in the suitcase.
Well, let's just call it a settlement.
I can't let you take it. You can go if you want to, but that suitcase stays here.
You're the one who's always said that I have an unnatural avarice. And now you say you'll do anything for the sake of hanging on to a little bit of money.
It's far from a little bit.
Not compared to the Collins fortune.
It's part of the Collins family money, and you know it.
Yes. I'm your husband. I'm only taking what's mine.
It isn't yours.
Oh, all right, so some of it's yours. Now, you were never interested in money anyway. At least that's what you always said.
You're taking what belongs to Carolyn.
A parting gift to her father. She'll never miss it.
You're right, she'll never miss it. Because I'm not going to let you take it.
Tell her it's a small payment for having to put up with her for the past 2 years.
You are cruel.
Liz, it's getting late. I'd like nothing more than a homey evening by the fireside discussing domestic matters, but I have an appointment.
I know. You're expecting your friend, Jason McGuire.
Liz, you've been snooping.
He's found a way to transfer the bonds and sell the jewelry.
Well, I must admit, Jason's a very capable man with indispensable connections.
If I don't stop you, the police will.
You'll never tell them.
Won't I?
No. No, you'll do anything to avoid a scandal. Anything that might tarnish the family name.
Don't be too sure of that.
Even if you did, what would it prove? I'm your husband. I'm performing a transaction at your request.
No one will believe you.
Liz, dear. You know better than anyone how persuasive I can be. And now, goodbye.
Put down that suitcase. I warn you.
I'm sorry, I don't have time to listen.
I'm serious, Paul. I've never been more serious in my life.
And you never looked more ridiculous.
I've had more than I can stand.
So have I.
Don't come one step nearer.
If I do, you're going to be very sorry.
I mean it.
And so do I. Now listen, I don't want to hurt you our very last night, so put that thing down.
I can't let you take what rightfully belongs to Carolyn.
I'm not interested in Carolyn. I'm leaving.
No. No. Somebody help me. I saw the blood gushing from the back of his head. I ran from the room. I didn't know what to do.
Mrs. Stoddard?
Mr. McGuire, you've got to help me. In there. Paul, quick. Please call a doctor.
What's happened?
I didn't mean to do it.
What's happened to Paul?
He was leaving.
Oh,
Oh, please don't pretend you didn't know.
well,
You'll see. In there. Please call a doctor.
now don't come in here. I see what has to be done.
What am I going to do?
Just a minute. Now listen, don't call anybody else in the house. Maybe he's only unconscious.
Please, yes, let it be that.
There's no need for anyone else to know about it, you see. Now, wait here.
Did you call a doctor?
No. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but well, he's dead.
He can't be.
No need for you to go in there.
But he can't be dead.
There's nothing in there for you to see. It was an accident, you see.
I didn't mean to do it. I hit him on the head. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
There's nothing in here now that you want to see.
Oh, what am I going to do?
It's not a very pretty sight, I tell you.
What am I going to do?
Well, Mrs. Stoddard, why don't you let me help you?
Yes, someone, please help me.
Yes, you see,
Someone. Call the police.
well, now, Mrs. Stoddard, I'm not sure that's necessary, you see.
But he's dead. I killed him.
I know it was only an accident now. See, there's no need for the police to find out.
What are you saying?
See, I can fix it so that no one will ever know.
No one knows.
But now you have a daughter, and she's just lost her father.
Carolyn.
There's no sense in losing her mother, too, is there?
But I killed him.
Ah, yes, but everyone in town knows now that he was planning to leave you anyway. They'll just think he's finally gone. They won't even suspect.
No, I can't do it.
Think of your daughter now. I mean, for her sake, you ought to let me help you.
I don't understand. You were never my friend. You were Paul's friend. You were going to help him.
A little late to help him now.
Why do you want to help me?
Well, now, I knew Paul didn't care about Carolyn, but I really thought you always did.
Yes, I do.
Well, then, for her sake now, you owe it to her. Now, here, I'll tell you what. Just let me get rid of the body for you, for Carolyn's sake. All right?
Carolyn's sake.
Yes, that's right.
All right. Then do it. Please. Please do it. Jason decided that Paul would be buried in the basement. I told him where he could find an old and empty trunk. He told me, stand guard in the foyer, to make sure no one interrupted his work. I remember the lightning. I remember the thunder. I remember wishing that the whole house would be destroyed, and me with it. He took the trunk to the basement, and then the body. He dug a hole. He poured ink over the blood stain on the carpet. I was to use this as a pretext for having the carpet removed. I had old Matthew burn it with some rubbish 2 weeks later. But that night I waited, and I watched, and I wished for the lightning to strike. But it didn't strike. Finally, Jason came back upstairs.
I did it. Now, no one will ever know.
No one?
No, come with me.
Where?
I have to show you what it is.
No.
Well, you have to close up that room and lock it now, and don't let anyone in there, otherwise they'll find out.
No. You lock it. You do it. And then give me the key.
No, I have to show you what it is, so that you'll know. You'll know I did my work. Now, come on.
Must I?
Yes, ma'am. You must.
I had no choice now but to obey his commands. I followed him down the stairs. Not seeing where I was going, not thinking of what I was doing. Even there, I could hear the storm raging. I can't.
You have to now, so you know where it is, and you can keep people away from it. There.
No.
Nobody knows but the two of us.
Only the two of us?
And you can just tell people that he ran off, went away. Gone.
Gone. He's gone. Oh, I didn't mean to do it. I swear I didn't.
Now, don't worry, Mrs. Starrett. You're going to be all right now. The important thing to remember is that I helped you. Now, come on. It's time to lock the door for good. Come on. Have to lock the door.
I looked at the key I held in my hand, and I knew that from that moment on, I was a prisoner of Collinwood forever.
Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.
My name is Victoria Winters. A desperate secret, long held, has finally been revealed at Collinwood, and the truth cutting back across time has seared the heart and stunned the mind, opening ancient wounds that seem beyond the cure of time and truth. And before she can be free, one woman is forced to live again the fatal moments that cursed her life and closed her heart around the festering secret.
I can't.
You have to now, so you know where it is and you can keep people away from it. There.
No.
Nobody knows but the two of us.
Only the two of us?
And you can just tell people that he ran off, went away. Gone.
Gone. He's gone. Oh, I didn't mean to do it. I swear I didn't.
No, don't worry, Mrs. Starrett. You're going to be all right now. The important thing to remember is that I helped you. Now, come on. It's time to lock the door for good.
Oh.
Come on. Have to lock the door.
I looked at the key I held in my hand, and I knew from that moment on I was a prisoner of Collinwood forever.
I'm telling you the entire story is a lie. An absurd and ridiculous lie.
I've known all along that you were blackmailing my sister. I didn't know how or what about. Now we all know.
But I haven't been blackmailing your sister.
Jason, how can you continue to deny it?
Because there's nothing down there.
How can you say that?
Because it's the truth.
It
get
isn't,
you
and you
anywhere.
know it.
Won't get you anywhere, Jason. All we have to do is a little digging.
Well, you go right ahead. Dig away, you won't find anything.
I'm sorry, Jason, but this time your lies won't do you any good. I've told the truth, and you haven't got a hold over me anymore.
I never had a hold over
Oh,
you.
come now. This is ridiculous. It's perfectly obvious that you forced her into marrying
How
you.
could I force her into anything? I never had a hold on her.
Body in the basement seems like a pretty strong hold to me.
My father, buried in that terrible room.
No, there's no one buried there. All they have to do is dig, and they'll find out that I'm telling the truth.
You've never been within 10 miles of the truth, and you know it.
I knew this day would have to come.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to call the sheriff.
Now, Liz, just wait a minute.
I've waited 18 years. I'm not going to wait another minute.
Liz, I don't think this is necessary. I think I would like to speak with my sister alone.
Why do you want to stop me?
Liz, there are things that we should discuss in private.
The truth is out. I cannot stop now.
All right, we all know the truth, but it isn't necessary for you to go to the sheriff. Nobody here would disagree with that.
I do.
What about the judge? He heard Liz say she killed him. The judge will understand.
No, Roger.
perfectly. Liz, you're being perfectly ridiculous about this. Even McGuire can't do anything about it now. If he went to the authorities, he would be implicated in this blackmail.
I want to be free, even if I have to go to prison.
Go ahead. Let her go.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Anything wrong? You've been making me keep this terrible secret. You've been making a liar of me. You've separated me from my family and made me hate myself every minute.
I tell you, I've done absolutely nothing.
And the money I've given you?
Well, I was employed by
No
your company.
one will believe that.
Oh, yes, they will when they find out that I did not even have the means for blackmail.
And what about the body?
I repeat once more, dig away, and you'll find absolutely nothing.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because it's the truth.
We'll find out soon enough.
Please don't. Don't. Call Garner first.
There'll be plenty of time to talk to a lawyer later.
Go ahead. Only embarrassing yourself.
Liz, maybe Roger is right. If it's punishment you want, haven't you had enough?
No, I have to be free even if I have to go to prison. Hello? Sheriff Patterson? Mrs. Stoddard. Can you come to Collinwood right away? There's been a murder.
Get it! Stop it!
I'll get another gun.
Hurry!
Oh, it's you.
Anything?
No, but he can't be far.
I'll head for the cliffs. You follow the road.
Those shots I heard before. Did you see him?
Yeah. Just after I got outside the house, I thought I saw him stumbling into the woods. I'm not sure, though.
If I see him, I'm going to kill him.
Don't. I think Liz deserves to see his face when we turn him over to the sheriff.
Why did she have to talk to the sheriff?
I don't...
We could have handled this our own way.
I don't think you ought to remind me of the way you handle things like this. I seem to remember doing time for a certain manslaughter charge.
Look, if we're going to find McGuire, we shouldn't be talking like this.
Okay. But if you decide to start shooting, just be sure it isn't me.
The sheriff is on his way up here. His deputy said that he and his men were going to go out looking for Mr. McGuire.
Why did Jason keep insisting there was nothing in the basement?
My father, buried there.
I know you can't answer now. But can you ever forgive me?
You killed him.
I didn't mean to. I swear I didn't mean to.
Mrs. Stoddard, maybe you better go and lie down until the sheriff gets here.
No, I'm all right. Carolyn, can't you say something?
Carolyn, everything your mother's done, she's done for you.
I can't look at her. She killed my father.
Perhaps you two better be alone.
Yes.
No. Vicky, don't go.
I think you should talk to your mother.
I can't.
Then let me talk to you. Let me try to explain, make you understand.
I can't hear anything anymore. Carolyn, please. That room in the basement. You took me in there. You wanted to prove to me that there was nothing there.
I had to do what Jason told me to.
I was standing at my father's grave. He's been there all these years. All these years I've searched for him and waited for him to come back to me.
Darling, how could I tell you the truth?
Locked. All alone. In that room. All these years.
No, not all alone. I can't tell you how many times I went down there, horrified. I knew my tears were useless.
That sobbing that I heard.
Yes, that was me. Foolish, worthless tears.
I was waiting for him to come home.
Don't.
And now there's nothing to wait for anymore.
Can't you look at me? Please.
I'm afraid.
So am I. Please look at me.
No!
Carolyn, come back. Come back.
Now, don't worry, Mrs. Stoddard. We're going to find him. We've got roadblocks set up for a 20-mile radius.
It doesn't much matter whether you find him or not.
I disagree. If I'm allowed an opinion outside my official capacity, from what you've told me, McGuire is the real criminal.
Yes, but he's not the only one.
Sheriff, good evening.
Good evening. Any sign of McGuire?
No.
Is Devlin still out there?
As far as I know. I take it you've had a talk with my sister?
I've told him everything.
Well, what happens now?
We wait.
We wait. What for? Aren't you going to take me into custody?
Not yet.
But what are we waiting for?
One of my men. I'm going to need someone to help me.
You know that I won't cause you any trouble?
Oh, no, of course not. I didn't mean that. But from what you've told me, there's a body buried in the cellar. We're going to have to dig it up.
Yes, of course.
Sheriff, I think you'll find my sister absolutely innocent.
Roger, please. You know Jason wasn't telling the truth. Of course he'd say there was nothing there.
What's that? I wasn't talking about that. All I'm saying is there's been a terrible accident. Paul Stoddard was robbing you. Nobody will believe otherwise.
What's this about there being nothing down there?
My sister was referring to McGuire's denial that he had any part in what happened. He even went so far as to say that there was nothing in the basement.
Well, I thought it was McGuire that buried the body.
Yes, but he was denying everything. Naturally, he'd claim there was nothing there, but there is. There is.
They think they've got him caught in the woods near the highway. Is there anything I can do?
No, nothing, thank you.
Well, you can give me a hand, you and Roger both.
How?
Well, you can say no if you want to, but I'm going to have to do some digging in the basement.
And you want us to help?
Yes, I can't put in a report without a corpus delicti, which simply means that Mrs. Stoddard's wait is being prolonged. I'm sure at this point she wants me to speed ahead as well as I can.
Yes, please.
I'll do anything Liz wants me to do.
Well, so will I.
Mr. Collins, on second thought, perhaps it would be better if you stayed here with your sister.
Yes, that's a good idea. I don't think she should be left alone without a member of the family.
Are you with me, Burke?
Yeah.
Can you come and show us exactly where it is?
Yes, of course.
Maybe she can just tell us.
It's that little room at the bottom of the stairway.
I'd better show him.
Oh, you don't have to, Liz.
It's in the middle of the room, under the flagstone floor.
I'm sure we can manage.
Well, if one of my men turns up, you'll ask him to come down?
Certainly.
Oh, wait.
What is it?
The key. You'll need this.
I was always sure I wanted Liz destroyed in some way. Now I know it isn't what I wanted at all.
Well, I suppose we better get busy.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is going to be worth the effort.
What do you mean?
Well, didn't McGuire say that there was nothing down here?
Sure, but who believes McGuire?
I don't know.
He was only looking for a way out.
I suppose.
You don't sound convinced.
Well, what if there is nothing down here?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Well, we'll know soon enough, won't we?
There's nothing to do now but wait.
I know.
It's all over. At long last.
Is there anything that I can do?
No, I don't need any help anymore. Except
What is it?
Carolyn.
That's going to take time.
She's the one who's going to need help. And I'm not going to be able to give it to her. Listen,
What?
did you hear that?
Hear what?
I thought I could hear them in the basement. In that room.
You couldn't possibly.
I know, but... Still, can you feel it?
What?
The tremor. It's as though the house were being shaken to its foundation.
That's just your imagination.
I know. Would you do something for me?
Of course.
Would you ask? No. Would you beg Carolyn to come here and see me?
When?
Now, I've got to talk to her.
Wouldn't it be better to wait just a little while?
But she's got to listen to me. She's got to say something, anything. Will you please get her?
Mrs. Stoddard, I don't know where she is.
What?
I've looked all over for her. She's not in the house.
You mean she's gone?
Yes.
But where?
I don't know.
I've got to find her. But I can't, can I? I can't go anywhere.
She probably just wanted to be alone.
Didn't you hear it? Didn't you feel it? The whole house is trembling.
Maybe, for once, McGuire wasn't lying.
I don't understand it.
Well, I'm about ready to give up. How about you?
Well, maybe.
What is it? Can you tell?
McGuire was lying. It's a trunk.
Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.
My name is Victoria Winters. The foundations of Collinwood lie deep in the age-old rock that has resisted the sea for centuries. Its walls rival the cliff, and it would seem that even the thunders of heaven could never shake the stones on which it stands. But it may be that the whole vast structure of the proud and ancient house rests on ground no larger than the size of a man's grave, and the disturbed earth is about to send a shudder through the piled stones that will topple the walls and destroy the old house forever.
Well, the lock looks rusty enough to break.
There can't be much of them left after 18 years.
No, probably not. It's not going to be pretty. You know, I've never searched for anything that I wanted less to find.
Poor Liz. To think she's lived with this for all these years.
Well, I guess there's no sense stalling any longer. Here goes. It's stuck. Give me a hand, will you?
There's no reason why you can't go upstairs and rest.
I can't rest.
Liz, why didn't you ever tell me the truth?
Well, how could I?
I would have kept it a secret. Or didn't you trust me?
It wasn't that.
Well, then what was it?
Pride, I guess.
Pride?
I'm your older sister. The keeper of the family conscience. Remember? The woman with so much integrity. The one with the greatest sense of family honor. Maybe I didn't want to give up the role. Maybe I was too proud to be a normal human being.
No, that wasn't the real reason. You've known me too well. In my own way, I wonder if I would have done any differently than Jason.
Don't even mention his name.
Oh, I would have kept it a secret. Just as he did. But I would have used it to my own purposes, just as he did. You were right not to tell me.
What does it matter? The secret's out.
But Liz, you have an unimpeachable defense. Paul Stoddard was robbing you. There's no court in this country that's going to convict you.
Roger, try to understand. I haven't kept this terrible secret all these years because I wanted to escape the law. I haven't wanted to tell the truth because I was terrified of what it would do to Carolyn.
Well, she will understand in time.
Will she? Where is she? She's gone. And I can't go after her. I can't do anything for her anymore. That's my real punishment.
Liz, please, you've got to stop tearing away at yourself like this.
She's all I have, Roger. She's all I've ever had. And now I've lost her. Did you find the trunk?
Yes?
I was sure you would.
I'll get that.
Maybe it's Carolyn.
Hello? Oh, yes, just a minute. It's for you, Sheriff.
Yes? You did? No, don't take him there. Bring him right here. Right away. Yes, thank you. They've got McGuire.
And you're having him brought here?
Is that really necessary? I'd rather not see him if it's possible at all.
I agree with my sister.
I'm sorry, but there are some specific questions that I want to ask him.
I think I can...
About the trunk in the basement.
I think I can give you all the answers you want.
I doubt it.
Well, will it be necessary for... Will I have to identify the body?
Surely that's not necessary.
No, it won't be necessary.
Thank you.
There are, however, some other questions that must be answered.
I'll do all I can.
Why don't you tell her?
Well, I'm just about to.
Tell me what?
Well, the trunk that we dug up in the basement.
Yes?
The one that McGuire buried Paul Stoddard in.
Yes?
Well, maybe you can answer this. Why is it empty?
Empty?
Absolutely empty. You don't have to go in if you don't want to. I see no reason why you can't just take my word for it.
I have to see.
Is that the trunk?
Yes?
And is this the spot where he was presumably buried?
Yes?
Well, well then, take a look, if you want to.
I have to. But there's nothing there.
No, and no sign that anything ever was. No bloodstains, nothing.
There's nothing there.
Liz, please, you shouldn't be down here.
Why is there nothing there?
Well, that's one of the things I want to find out from McGuire.
But I've kept this room locked. I haven't left Collinwood for 18 years. To be sure nobody came down here and found out.
Come on, Liz, let's go back upstairs.
I've been a prisoner because of this room.
Liz!
But there's nothing there, nothing.
No, nothing but an empty old trunk.
But why have I lived like this? Why have I kept guarding this room? Why have I dreamt night after night that someone came down here and found out? Why have I had these nightmares night after night after night?
Okay, you've seen what you came to see. Let's go back upstairs.
No, wait.
Liz, there's no reason to stay down here.
But where is he? Where's Paul? If he's not here, where is he buried?
Well, that's the thing I want to find out from McGuire.
But why? What did he do with the body? If he's not buried here, where is he?
Did it ever occur to you that you didn't kill Paul Stoddard?
I did kill him. I know he's dead.
How can you be absolutely sure?
I saw him. I hit him. I saw him fall. I saw the blood.
Didn't you tell me that McGuire came and told you that he was dead?
Yes?
And you never saw Paul after that?
No.
Well, then isn't it possible?
I know I killed him. I know he's dead.
How can you be so sure?
Because I know, that's all.
Oh, come on, Liz.
I have felt his presence.
Because you felt guilty.
No, the feeling was too strong. When I came down here to see if anybody'd broken in.
And all the while he wasn't even buried here.
I know. I can't explain, but I swear I've heard his footsteps. It's as if they were coming towards me. Listen.
Who's there?
Jason.
They just brought him in. I thought you might want him to explain something about this room.
I don't know anything about this room.
Jason, you've got to tell me the truth.
I've told you all I know.
Which is nothing.
Show him the trunk.
See anything familiar?
I've never even seen that trunk before.
You're lying.
That's your opinion.
It's more than an opinion. You've seen this trunk before, and you knew it was empty.
And what makes you so sure?
Please, Jason. You've got to tell me what happened. You've got to tell me what you did with him.
If he buried him at all.
I don't know anything about anything. And you might as well let me go.
And I suppose you don't know anything about the blackmail either, or the money in the bank in Switzerland.
You might as well tell us everything, McGuire. We've got enough on you now to give you a nice long vacation as it is.
Jason, haven't you tormented me enough?
Oh, Liz, he wouldn't understand what you're talking about.
I'd like to speak to Mrs. Stoddard alone for a few minutes, if I may.
You'll tell me the truth?
Well, I think we ought to have a little chat together, just the two of us.
I'm sorry, but that's out of the question.
Roger, please, if you'll tell me the truth.
No, Liz, he will only try to make another deal with you.
If I have anything to say, I intend to say it to Mrs. Stoddard alone. Otherwise, I've said everything I did say.
Then come upstairs.
Are you sure that this is the way you want it?
Well, if this is the only way I can find out the truth.
I'm afraid it is.
Liz, don't you understand? He's only looking for another chance to get away.
No, he can't get out of the house. It'll be all right. Let's let them talk.
Then, shall we go upstairs?
Every time Jason McGuire and my sister have a private conversation, he always manages to get her to do exactly what he says.
Well, the situation has changed a little bit, hasn't it?
Well, perhaps. But force of habit makes me expect that Jason will get Liz to do as he says.
Is that the truth?
That's the truth, Liz. Now, would you like to call in your friend the sheriff so that I can be on my way as soon as possible?
Yes, of course. I can hardly believe it.
Now, this time, Liz, you can believe it. Now, please, call in the sheriff. Gentlemen, Mrs. Stoddard has something to tell you.
You come in, all of you.
What's happened? What's he been saying to you?
The truth, Roger. The truth.
I did not kill Paul Stoddard.
I knew it.
Tell them, Jason. Tell them what you told me.
Well, it's really very simple. No doubt you've already guessed it.
You only said that he was dead so that you could blackmail Mrs. Stoddard.
Ah, no, not originally.
I only stunned Paul when I hit him, even though there was a cut on his head.
Then they must have made some arrangement between them, between Paul Stoddard and Jason.
Well, poor Paul was not very bright, you know. Many's the time I had to, formulate plans for him, and, well, the night of the murder was no different.
Exactly what happened?
When I came into the room, he was sitting up rubbing in the back of his head. Right away, I told him very quickly that he was a fool and very wrong to try to get away with so much money. But no wonder Liz wouldn't let him go. Told him that a little bit less would still be plenty for both of us. Well, as usual, Paul bowed to my superior judgment.
So you went ahead with the burial and then you split the price with Stoddard?
Well, Paul Stoddard requested a slightly larger cut, but then he's notoriously greedy.
Not so greedy as you. You had to come back for more.
That wasn't greed. That was necessity. I was broke. And how is there anything else you'd like to know?
Where is Paul Stoddard?
I don't know. I lost contact with him in Hong Kong more than 10 years ago.
But he's alive?
Well, his health was very good at that time.
Paul, still alive somewhere.
And now you must all excuse me.
Just where do you think you're going?
Well, I don't know exactly. I understand that Canada is rather beautiful this time of year.
Well, you're not going to Canada. You're coming with me.
No, wait.
Yes, what do you mean?
Let him go.
What do you mean let him go? Even if there was no murder, he's still blackmail.
Blackmail? What blackmail?
I'm dropping all charges.
But you can't.
I had to.
So you made one final deal with her, huh?
Can she do this?
I promised if he told me the truth, I'd forget all about the blackmail.
How could you make a promise like that?
It's very simple. If she insists, the discretionary power of the authorities allows them to drop the charges. Isn't that correct, Sheriff?
If the offended party makes a strong plea.
But I'm sure Liz will make a very persuasive one.
Liz, you can't.
I gave him my word that I would. I can't go back on my word. I had to know the truth, and now I know it.
For many, no price is too high for the truth. And now, gentlemen, I really must leave you.
Wait a minute. Sheriff, I want that man arrested.
Roger, I gave him my word.
But I did not give mine. Sheriff, I insist. Arrest that man.
And exactly what are the charges?
Extortion, blackmail, fraud.
Against whom?
Against my family.
I'm sorry, but that isn't quite right. All of my activities were directed, primarily towards your sister.
You took family money from her. Business money.
Roger, please, don't you understand? I only want to be rid of this man once and for all.
Liz, we cannot let him do what he did and then get away.
What would you prefer? Public charges brought against him, followed by a public trial?
You didn't think of that now, did you?
Scandal. The humiliation for me. Telling everyone what I've been through. I can't do it, Roger.
Do we have to let him go?
Please, yes. I never want to hear his name again. You know what I've been through already.
I agree with Liz. I'd hate to see her go through a public trial.
Well, I'm happy to see some sense from someone here. Not to mention the, compassion for Liz.
Compassion? You make a mockery of every word you say, after what you put my sister through.
All right, Roger, let's not get too excited.
Well, I really think I must be going.
Just a minute, McGuire. I have a few words I want to say to you.
A fond farewell, no doubt, Sheriff?
You can call it that. I'm giving you until sunup to get out of Collinsport. I'm giving orders to my men to pick you up if you're found anywhere in the vicinity after 6 o'clock.
Well, no, I'm not sure you have the right to do that.
Oh, I have the right, and I'm going to exercise it.
But I'll have to make some arrangements before I leave.
You've made enough arrangements around here, McGuire.
And I hope I never see you around again.
Just let me handle it, Burke.
Okay. But I hope you heard me, McGuire.
Well, I'm sorry, gentlemen, but you're going to have to do me one more favor.
Are you kidding?
Please. Anything as long as he goes.
Just give me until tomorrow evening. Sundown. That's all I ask.
What for? What do you have in mind?
Well, a man just can't pack up and leave in a couple of hours. Liz, please. As a final request. Please ask them to let me stay until tomorrow evening.
Give it to him. Anything. Only make him leave this house. Please.
All right, gentlemen. After tomorrow evening, you won't see hide nor hair of me again. You'll have my...
Don't give me your word. It's about the most worthless commodity on the market. Just see that you're out of town. By tomorrow evening.
You're very kind.
Not by choice.
Well, Liz, this is goodbye.
Please, get him out of here.
Come on, McGuire, I'll show you to the door.
I know the way.
I'm sure you do. But I better call off my men or you'll never get through.
Well, in that case, the pleasure is all mine. Liz, thank you for everything.
He's gone. At last, he's gone.
We shouldn't have let him go.
I'd like to know what his arrangements are.
No, we're better off not knowing. We're better off not knowing anything about Jason McGuire.
Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.
My name is Victoria Winters. A prize of great wealth has been wrested from the greedy hands of a dangerous man. His plans of many years have been destroyed. Time is running out for him, and desperation steers him on a perilous course. A course that leads to the jagged rocks of death.
You've been up there a long time.
I wasn't aware of time. The sun sets and the sun rises. If only night could become eternal, the blackness with us always. That room must not be vacant long.
Isn't there some other way?
No, Willie, there isn't. I exist in a prescribed manner. There can be no alternative for me.
I understand.
I must make my plans. I've already selected the next Josette.
Who will it be?
You'll find out in good time.
Maybe it won't work out.
Why shouldn't it?
Well, I'm only going by what's just happened. Maggie Evans. How it didn't work out with her.
Well, there were many reasons for that failure. Most of them mine.
Well, I don't see how you can change a person into someone else.
Take the right individual, place her under the proper conditions and circumstances, apply the required pressure, and a new personality is created.
Well, isn't that what you did with Maggie Evans?
I was too hasty in the selection of the subject. Miss Evans, unfortunately, was not the right individual. She didn't possess enough of the tender qualities of Josette Collins. Everything was done properly, but she couldn't respond.
Well, how will you be sure next time?
I've made my selection with great care, and I will condition her gradually. For that reason, I want you to go and bring me the jewel chest. I wish to select a gift.
Ah, good.
You gonna give someone one of these?
That's what gift means. I must start to build up a relationship with the next Josette.
Or do you think a piece of jewelry will buy whoever it is you want?
Nothing can be bought with the next Josette. I have in mind, not even with the entire contents of this chest. Perhaps that's why I'm so attracted to her.
I understand.
You do? You have changed, Willie. You've become wiser. And that will ensure my success, because your weak moments will have vanished. There were moments when I thought that you would let Miss Evans go.
I wasn't going to do that.
You weren't? The thing I like about you, Willie, is that I can always tell what you're thinking. You're ideal for what I have in mind. I doubt very much if you'll show the same weakness for the next Josette.
I know who the next one will be.
Do you?
Vicky Winters.
You'll have to wait and see.
Oh, I know it's her.
This should do very nicely. Josette would like this.
Vicky Winters.
Willie?
Oh, Jason.
I was just on my way over to see you.
You were?
Sure.
Well, what for?
Well, just to shake your hands and bid you a fond farewell.
Are you going away?
Yeah. Been around here too long now. Time for me to move on.
You mean you got everything you came after?
Well, I got enough, yes.
Hey, did you get married?
I know, that part of the deal didn't go through.
What do you mean?
That's not worth discussing, very detailed and all that. I just had a change in plans.
I know when you're not telling the truth. The whole deal fell through, didn't it?
No, it just didn't work out, that's all.
No, if I didn't hear from you, I wouldn't have believed it. The great plans of the great Jason McGuire backfired on him.
Don't ever say a thing like that to me, Willie.
That's true, isn't it?
Well, it's all in the past now. Has to be forgotten. I've got to begin to look ahead again, that's all.
Well, where you headed?
Oh, I got a few things working. Got something ripening down in Florida. Little oil deal working in Texas. Things of that sort.
Wow, sounds good.
Of course, I didn't think you'd be interested, but, well, I just thought I'd check out with you anyway, huh? Feel like coming along?
I'd like to, Jason, but I'm doing all right here.
Oh, I'll bet you are. You sure you won't come along?
Yeah, positive.
That's too bad. That's just too bad, Willie, because there'd be a nice share in it for you.
You're real generous, Jason.
Well, I haven't done too badly by you now, have I? Took care of you when you were in trouble. And a few other things.
Well, I'll admit that.
And I'm glad to hear it. Because, Willie, I'm going to have to ask you to do me a little favor.
What kind of favor?
Well, I need a little stake. Just to get me to where I'm going. You know, to tide me over until things begin clicking again.
I don't have much. A few bucks, maybe.
Oh, sure, I have that much myself, Willie. Oh, I need more than that. A lot more than that, Willie. Maybe you know a way that I can get some.
I don't.
Ah, sure you do. And I'll tell you exactly how to do it.
You're going to tell me?
Yeah. You just take your right hand, you dip it in, close the fingers, Willie, pull it out, put it in your pocket, and then you take your left hand, and you do the very same thing.
I dip it into what?
A chest of jewelry, of course.
What chest?
The one you keep in the old house.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on now, Willie, let's not waste the time arguing. This world is filled with people who are constantly denying the facts. Come on now. I know it's there, and so do you.
How do you know?
I saw it.
When?
Never mind. No, I don't want it all, Willie. Just enough.
It isn't mine.
Sure it isn't. That shouldn't bother you, though, Willie, huh? Taking things that belong to other people shouldn't even ruffle your feathers compared to what you've done. Oh, compared to what you're about to do.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about Maggie Evans. Poor thing. And what happened to her? Oh, yes, and I'm talking about Vicky Winters. Poor thing. And what's about to happen to her? I'm certainly up on my current events, don't you think, huh? Oh, that's the secret of my success, Willie. You know what to do.
Yeah.
Well, don't be too long about it, lad. I've got a lot of traveling to do.
I can't get it for you now. He's there. Tomorrow at noon, when he's not there.
All right, Willie. The Blue Whale. You better be there, Willie.
Carolyn Stoddard been in today?
Oh, Vicky. Well, mind if I talk to you for a few minutes?
I'd rather not.
Oh, just a little farewell speech.
I don't think it's necessary. I think we've said everything that we possibly could say to each other.
Oh, I don't know. Now there's always room for a little more communication.
I thought we'd had our last communication.
Well, this will probably be it. I'm leaving very soon. What are you doing here at this time of day?
I'm looking for Carolyn.
Still acting up, huh?
We haven't seen her since her mother said that she killed her husband. She hasn't heard the true story, your confession. All she knows is what she heard, that her mother is a murderess.
Ah, yes, well, I'm sorry about that.
I bet you are.
Gee, now that sounds vindictive. It's not like you.
You've done something I'll never forgive you for. You've ruined the life of a wonderful woman. For 18 years, Mrs. Stoddard has lived a lie because of you.
Oh, is that so then? What about Paul Stoddard? Everyone's willing to blame me, but no one's ever really ready to indict him.
He wasn't foolish enough to come back.
But I wasn't foolish coming back. It was a very, very daring caper. You'll have to admit that.
You can hardly compare a crime to an adventure.
Oh, all very prim and proper, eh? I bet you'd like to see me behind bars, too.
I don't want to see anyone in jail. But I'm sorry you're getting away with this and leaving Collinsport a free man.
I'm just as wrong as Liz and everyone else about this. You're all wrong. Given half a chance, I could have made Liz a very happy woman. I could have taken her out of her shell and shown her how to live.
Your whole existence is based on ifs. The only thing you're right about is that there are honest and decent people in this world. The perfect setup for you.
Oh. How young and innocent you are. You always think you're living in a perfectionist paradise where people go around wearing tags, reading good and bad. Well, I wish you were, because I'm afraid you'd be in for a rude shock. You'd find out that the bad tags far outnumber the good ones, my dear, by a considerable margin. Surprise you?
Not as much as you think. You've been quite an education.
Oh, Vicky. Vicky, I wonder about you. I wonder just how corruptible you are. What would it take? What's your price?
There is no price, and there never will be.
Don't be so sure. The time may come very soon when a price just might be established.
What do you mean?
I mean, just generalizing, so.
Well, in that case, you're talking through your hat.
Now, that is something I never do. All right, Miss Morality. The time for your test will come very soon. I'm just sorry I won't be around to see it, that's all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, wherever I am, I'll be laughing at you, Vicky Winters, and don't you forget it.
There's nothing as sad as a hollow threat.
Vicky Winters? Just who are you? And where do you come from?
Why do you ask that?
Because I know you don't know the answers to those questions. Well, I was in this vicinity 18 years ago. And maybe I do know the answers.
What do you know?
Whatever I know, my dear, I'll take with me when I go.
You're only trying to hurt me.
Am I succeeding? Get lost, will he?
Things to do.
Yeah, well, I should think I'd be on the top of your list. But am I already losing importance?
I'm sorry I got here as soon as I could.
Well, I don't want to hear your excuses. Sit down. I told you to sit down.
I haven't got much time.
What do you expect to do? Toss what you've got for me halfway across the room? I don't want the whole town in on this. There you are, Willie. That's friendlier. I think we ought to have a farewell drink together.
I told you, I gotta go.
You're gonna have a drink with me or I have to shove it down your throat. No. We're drinking to the end of a long friendship, Willie. One that took us around the world. We had a few kicks, huh? And we received a few kicks, too, didn't we?
Getting awful sentimental all of a sudden.
Always have been. You just never noticed it, Willie. That's all. Oh, thank you. There you go, Willie. Let's drink to whatever the future holds for us, huh?
Sure.
Your sentimentality leaves a lot to be desired, Willie. Now, but forget about that now. We'll get down to business. The meeting will come to order. All the members are present, Willie. And the subject up for discussion is economic aid to the underprivileged. Now, we'll forget about the old business and just get down to the new. Now, if I'm correct, Mr. Loomis, I understand that you have a report to make. Well, Willie, you have the floor.
I got what you wanted.
Oh, the treasurer will be glad to hear. I'll bet your pockets are bulging, huh? You always did tend to overdo things a bit.
I got enough.
Good. All right, then. Suppose we have a look at what you brought.
Not in here.
Why not? Come on, once you wave it around the room, nobody's going to see it. Come on, let's have a look at it.
There it is.
What's the lad? What's this?
That's it.
You can't be serious.
That's all I could manage.
Filthy liar.
I couldn't take any more. I'd get in trouble.
I told you I wanted you to dip your hands into it, and I meant it. This is nothing.
That's all I can do for you, Jason.
You're letting me down, Willie. I can't let you do that. I can't let you do that at all. When I want something, I go after it. When I want something, I'm going to get it, Willie.
This is all you're getting.
Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.
A yellow haze obscures the morning sun, and the meadows and forests and beaches surrounding Collinwood appear bleak and desolate in the hazy, curious half-light. It is as if day and night have intermingled. Two worlds have become one. Inside the great house, there is a woman who is hovering between two worlds, the waking world and the world of dreams. For though she has been purged of fears and guilts that have haunted her for years, she has come to know an even greater desperation.
Carolyn, where are you? Where did you go? Where? I must find you. I can't move. Why did the doctor give me that injection? I don't need it. I need Carolyn. The expression on her face. All she could say was, "You killed my father." she hates me. Hates me. Maybe she's gone for good. Maybe I'll never see her again. She's got to know the truth. Carolyn, what did I do to you? Where are you? Where? 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 Carolyn. Carolyn. Carolyn.
Mother. Mother. Mother?
Carolyn.
Hello, Mother.
Carolyn.
Yes.
Is it you or am I dreaming?
It's really me. I've come home.
You came back.
Yes. And I'm going to stay.
Where were you?
Out. Just wandering around.
All night?
Yes. I had to think. I had to decide a lot of things. And I have.
You're home safe.
Mother, what's the matter with you? Are you sick?
No. The doctor gave me an injection to make me sleep.
Oh. Then you'd better sleep.
No, I don't want to sleep.
Mother, don't try to talk. Just listen to me for a minute. Okay?
Carolyn.
Please, listen to me. It's important.
What is it?
I'm sorry I ran out on you. I'll never do it again.
Sorry.
I was so mixed up. I couldn't think.
You're sorry? You?
Yes. Because I should have known better. I should have known, well, that anything you did because you had to do. I know you well enough to know that.
You don't hate me?
Of course I don't hate you. You're my mother and I love you.
You love me?
Why do you think I came back?
This mustn't be a dream. It mustn't.
Mother, now listen to me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We'll get the best lawyers in the country. And you mustn't worry. I'll be right there with you. All through the trial.
There isn't going to be a trial.
No trial? But you called the sheriff. You were going to confess.
I did, but it was a mistake.
A mistake?
I didn't kill your father.
What?
He lied. Jason lied.
But you told me. You told me you saw him dead. You said you buried him in that room in the basement.
There was nothing in that room. Just an empty trunk. All those years, nothing there.
You didn't kill him. You didn't kill my father.
No.
You hit him with that poker, but he wasn't dead.
That's right.
What happened to him?
He went away.
Went away?
He and Jason went away together.
And Jason came back to blackmail you. Pretending my father was dead. Pretending he was buried in the basement. It was all pretense.
Yes.
Well, then it's over. It's all over.
Yes.
And my father could still be alive.
Yes.
Don't try to talk now. We can talk later. Just try to go to sleep.
Sleep.
That's right. Go to sleep. It's over. It's all over. I thought you were going to sleep all day and into the night.
Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
You really are home.
Yes.
And I told you, didn't I?
Most of it. I telephoned the sheriff and he filled me in on the details. Everything that happened while I was gone. The search for Jason. Everything.
And you came back to stand by me.
I came back because I wanted to come back.
Even though you thought I'd killed your father.
I didn't know my father. I did know you. I know you wouldn't deliberately hurt anyone. He must have been very cruel to you.
Yes. Yes, your father was a cruel man, but I never wanted you to know that.
Maybe it's just as well I didn't know him at all.
I hope you never do.
It's an odd feeling. Knowing that he's probably alive. Living somewhere.
I hope he never tries to come back here. At least I've divorced him. He has no hold on us now.
It must be a strange feeling for you, knowing he's alive, when all these years you've thought he was dead.
Yes, it is.
Mother, why didn't you tell me the truth? Why did you keep it to yourself all these years?
I was afraid.
Of telling me?
Especially you. I was afraid it would make you hate me, turn you against me forever.
Maybe when I was little, I might not have been able to understand, but I'm not a child anymore. Don't you know you can tell me anything and I'll try to understand?
I know now.
Well, from now on, remember it.
I will, darling.
When I think that you almost married Jason McGuire.
I didn't.
When I think of the torture he put you through all those years, just for the sake of collecting some money. Mother, how could you let him get away with it?
I wanted to put an end to the past, everything he represented.
But Jason deserves to be punished.
I want revenge. He's gone now. The sheriff gave him 24 hours to leave. I'm sure he's 100 miles away from here by now.
I wish it were 1 million. Or 2 million. I hope he's gone to the end of the earth.
Jason!
What are you doing here? Tending to a little unfinished business, Willie.
You got no business here. The sheriff told you to get out of town by sundown.
I know what the sheriff said.
They'll catch you, Jason. They'll put you in jail.
You have no faith in me, Willie. I can take care of myself.
You're taking a big chance. You can wind up in big trouble.
You're not threatening me, are you, lad?
I'm thinking about you, Jason.
I know. That's very touching.
You got to get out of here. You're not safe here.
I don't think the sheriff bothered looking for me here.
That's not what I mean.
Now, what do you mean?
I mean, Mr. Collins, he's here in this house.
Oh. And he can't hear us, is that right?
No. But very soon he'll come here in this room and he'll find you.
Well, now, Willie, if that's true, and I seriously doubt that it is, I can take care of Mr. Barnabas Collins.
Oh, why did you lie to me? They said you were leaving town, why didn't you?
We made a bargain, Willie. You didn't live up to your end of it.
I brought you the jewel. You said you'd leave town if I did.
One measly little jewel. Come on, Willie. You think I'd settle for that?
It's all I could get.
You're lying. There's a fortune in jewelry hidden somewhere in this house, and I intend to find it. I need a stake, Willie. Not peanuts.
You're wrong. There aren't any jewels except the one I gave you.
Oh? Well, what were you holding in your hand last night, Willie?
Holding?
Well, in case your memory has failed you, I'll refresh it. You were holding a box, and there was a fortune of jewels in it.
You saw me?
Through that window. And I know they're hidden somewhere in this house, and I'm going to find them. Where are they, Willie?
I can't tell you.
Oh. You're going to tell me, Willie.
I can't.
Now, you know better than to cross me up.
Listen to me, Jason. We're still friends.
We're friends, Willie. Past tense. Oh! Where are they?
I can't tell you.
Where are they? You're going to tell me if I'm going to twist your arm right off. Now, where? Where? Where?
In the basement.
Well, now, that's more like it, Willie. And now you and I are going down into the basement. And you're going to show me where they are.
I can't go down there.
Why not, Willie?
Barnabas is down there.
Oh, come on, Willie. Give me credit for some little intelligence.
Oh, he's down there. You gotta believe me.
I don't care if he's down there or not. I'm not leaving till I get what I came here for.
I gotta tell you. It's the only way I can stop you. Barnabas, he isn't alive.
What?
He can walk at night, but he's dead.
Have you lost what little brains you have left?
If you go down there, he'll kill you, or worse.
We're going down into the basement, Willie.
No, Jason, no. The sun is about to set. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. Jason, you shouldn't be here.
Oh, keep quiet, Willie.
I tried to warn you. I tried.
What kind of a room is this? And that coffin? Well, now, what's that doing here?
You stay away from that.
Why, Willie?
You mustn't go near it.
Oh? Now, why is that, I wonder? Is it because the jewels are hidden in here?
Oh, Jason, you mustn't, you can't.
Oh, get away from me.
There aren't any jewels in there.
No? Well, then where are they, Willie?
You want the jewels?
Yes, I want them, Willie. I'll find out soon
I'll
enough.
get you some.
But where are they?
In the table.
Get them.
You take them and get out.
They're not all the jewels, Willie.
There's some Barnabas wants me to sell. The rest are sealed up on the wall. I haven't got time to get them.
Sealed up in the wall, are they? Well, they weren't sealed up in the wall last night, Willie.
Barnabas told me to put them there. I put them there this morning.
You're lying, Willie.
I'm not lying.
Well, then open up the wall and get them.
I can. I haven't got the time. Take these. They're worth a fortune.
I want the rest of them, Willie.
I told you they're sealed up in the wall.
You know what I think, Willie? I think you're lying. I don't think they're sealed up in the wall at all. I think they're hidden right here, in this coffin.
They're not in there. You gotta believe me.
Then why is this coffin here?
Because it's his coffin.
Oh, come on, Willie, don't start that again.
Please, Jason, you've got more than enough. Get out of here before it's too late.
I'm going to open up this coffin, Willie, and you're not going to stop me.
Okay, then. Open it up. I tried to warn you. I tried.
Yes, that's right, Willie. And I wouldn't listen to you. Would I?
Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.